Hey there. Have you ever noticed how some days your stomach just doesn't feel quite right? Maybe it's a little bloating after a meal, or you're feeling sluggish when you used to bounce out of bed ready to tackle the day. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, our bodies change, and one of the places we feel it most is in our gut. But here's the good news: you don't have to just accept it as part of aging. There are some simple, practical secrets to keeping your gut happy and healthy, even well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. I'm so glad you're here with me today because we're going to dive into this together and figure out how to feel our best from the inside out. Gut health isn't just about avoiding an upset stomach, it's so much more than that. It's about having the energy to enjoy your grandkids, take that morning walk, or spend an afternoon gardening without feeling weighed down. It's about keeping your immune system strong and even helping your mood stay bright. Scientists are finding out more every day about how our gut is like a control center for the rest of our body. When it's working well, we feel it everywhere. And when it's not, well, that's when things like fatigue, discomfort, or even those pesky bathroom troubles can creep in. So, in this video, we're going to walk through 5 easy habits you can start doing right now to keep your gut in tip-top shape. These aren't complicated tricks or expensive supplements, just real, down-to-earth steps that fit into your life. Let's start with something we all do every day: drinking water. I know, it sounds so simple you might be tempted to roll your eyes, but hear me out. As we age, our sense of thirst can get a little quieter, and it's easy to forget to sip throughout the day. But water is like a magic potion for your gut. It keeps everything moving along smoothly. Think of it as a gentle nudge to help your digestion do its job. Without enough water, things can slow down, and that's when constipation or bloating can sneak up on you. I've talked to so many folks who say they feel a difference just by carrying a water bottle around and taking a few sips every hour or so. Aim for about 6 to 8 glasses a day, but don't worry if that feels like a lot at first. Start small. Maybe keep a glass by your favorite chair or set a little reminder on your phone. And if plain water isn't your thing, toss in a slice of lemon or cucumber. It's like a spa day for your insides. Now, while we're on the topic of keeping things moving, let's talk about fiber. You've probably heard this word thrown around before, but it's a game changer for your gut, especially as we get older. Fiber is like the unsung hero of digestion. It's what keeps your system regular and feeds the good bacteria in your belly. Those little bacteria are working hard to keep you healthy, and fiber is their favorite snack. You can find it in things like oatmeal, apples, or a handful of almonds. I love starting my day with a bowl of warm oatmeal topped with some berries. It's comforting, and it makes my gut happy. If you're not used to eating a lot of fiber, go slow at first. Add a little more each week, like swapping white bread for whole grain or tossing some beans into your soup. Your gut will thank you, and you might even notice you feel lighter and more energized. Speaking of those good bacteria, that brings us to something really exciting: probiotics. These are the friendly little helpers that live in your gut, and they do so much for us, like fighting off the bad bugs and helping us digest our food better. As we age, the balance of these bacteria can get a bit off, and that's when trouble can start. But the great thing is, you can give them a boost with foods like yogurt or kefir. I've got a friend, Mary, who's 72, and she swears by a small cup of plain yogurt with a drizzle of honey every morning. She says it's like her secret weapon for feeling good all day. Look for yogurt that says "Live Cultures" on the label. That's how you know the good stuff is in there. If dairy's not your thing, you can try something like sauerkraut or even a probiotic supplement, but honestly, food is the easiest way to get started. So, we've got water keeping things flowing, fiber feeding the good guys, and probiotics bringing in reinforcements. It's amazing how these little habits can start to add up, isn't it? And the best part is, they're not hard to fit into your routine. Next, we'll dive into how what you eat, and when you eat it, can make an even bigger difference for your gut. Stick with me, because this is where it gets really fun. Alright, so we've got a solid foundation going with water, fiber, and probiotics, 3 simple ways to give your gut some love. Now, let's talk about something that ties all of this together: what you're putting on your plate and when you're eating it. Timing might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think about gut health, but it's a bigger deal than you'd expect. As we get older, our digestion doesn't work quite as fast as it used to, and giving it a little structure can make all the difference. Have you ever noticed how eating a big meal late at night leaves you feeling heavy the next morning? That's your gut telling you it needs a break. One habit that's worked wonders for so many people is eating your meals at regular times each day. It's like setting a rhythm for your body: breakfast in the morning, lunch around midday, and dinner a little earlier, maybe around 5 or 6 if you can swing it. This gives your gut plenty of time to rest overnight, which is when it does some of its best repair work. I've got a neighbor, Tom, who's 68, and he used to snack late into the evening while watching TV. He'd grab a bowl of ice cream or some crackers, thinking it was no big deal. But he started noticing he'd wake up feeling bloated and tired. So, he tried shifting things around, finishing dinner by 6:30 and skipping the late-night nibbles. Within a week, he said he felt like a new man. His stomach wasn't grumbling in the morning, and he had more pep in his step. It's not about cutting out the foods you love, it's just about giving your gut a chance to catch up. If you're someone who likes a little something before bed, try a small cup of herbal tea instead of a snack. Chamomile or peppermint can even soothe your digestion while you wind down. Now, while we're talking about what's on your plate, let's zoom in on something that can either help or hurt your gut: sugar. I know, sweets are one of life's little joys, and I'm not here to tell you to toss out your favorite cookies. But here's the thing: too much sugar can throw your gut out of whack. It feeds the not-so-friendly bacteria, the ones that can stir up trouble like inflammation or gas. Over time, that can leave you feeling uncomfortable and worn out. The trick is balance. Instead of reaching for a candy bar every afternoon, maybe try a piece of fruit, like a juicy orange or a handful of grapes. It's still sweet, but it comes with fiber and nutrients that your gut loves. I've started keeping a bowl of apples on my kitchen counter, and it's amazing how grabbing one feels just as satisfying as a sugary treat, without the crash later. And while we're swapping things out, let's think about processed foods for a minute. Those frozen dinners or packaged snacks might be convenient, but they're often loaded with stuff your gut doesn't know what to do with, things like artificial additives or extra salt. They can sit in your stomach like a brick, making you feel sluggish. I get it, though. Some days you just don't have the energy to cook from scratch. On those days, try something simple like a baked sweet potato with a pat of butter or a bowl of soup made with veggies you've got on hand. It's quick, it's real food, and your gut will handle it so much better. My friend Linda, who's 75, keeps a stash of sweet potatoes in her pantry. She pops one in the oven, and in 45 minutes, she's got a meal that's gentle on her stomach and tastes like home. It's funny how these little tweaks, like eating at regular times, cutting back on sugar, and easing up on processed stuff, start to feel natural once you get going. They don't take a lot of effort, but they add up to a gut that's happier and a you that feels lighter. Next, we'll dive into one more habit that ties it all together and keeps your gut humming along like it's 20 years younger. You're going to love this one, stay with me. So, we've been chatting about how water, fiber, probiotics, meal timing, and smarter food choices can work wonders for your gut. It's amazing how these small steps can start to feel like second nature, right? Now, let's wrap this up with one more habit that's like the cherry on top of keeping your gut healthy as you age: movement. I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights, unless that's your thing, of course. No, this is about gentle, everyday movement that keeps your digestion humming along. Think of it like giving your gut a little nudge to stay active, just like the rest of you. As we get older, things can slow down a bit inside, but moving your body helps keep everything flowing smoothly. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment for this. A short walk after dinner can do the trick. I started doing this myself a couple of years ago, just 15 minutes around the block with my dog, Max. At first, I thought it was mostly for him, but then I noticed how much better I felt afterward. No more sitting on the couch feeling stuffed, my stomach settled down, and I slept better too. There's something about that gentle motion that helps your gut process your meal instead of letting it sit there like a lump. If walking's not your speed, even standing up and stretching for a few minutes a couple times a day can make a difference. My friend Doris, who's 80, swears by her little kitchen dance routine. She sways to some old tunes while she's waiting for her tea to steep. She says it keeps her feeling light and lively. What's so great about this is how it ties into everything else we've talked about. Water and fiber keep things moving, probiotics balance your gut, eating at the right times gives your system a rhythm, and choosing real foods over processed stuff lightens the load. Add a bit of movement, and it's like you've got a whole team working together to keep you feeling your best. And here's the thing, you don't have to overhaul your life to make this work. Start with what feels doable, maybe a stroll after one meal a day or a stretch while you're watching TV. Little by little, it becomes part of your routine, and your gut starts to thank you in ways you can really feel. Now, let's think about what this all means for you. Picture yourself a few weeks from now, your energy's up, your stomach's not giving you grief, and you're enjoying your days a little more because you're not bogged down by discomfort. That's what these habits can do. They're not about perfection, they're about small, kind changes that add up over time. Whether it's sipping more water, tossing some berries into your breakfast, enjoying a yogurt in the morning, sticking to a meal schedule, cutting back on sugar, or taking a short walk, you're giving your gut, and yourself, a chance to thrive. And at our age, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Feeling good so we can keep doing the things we love with the people we care about. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing you're going to try for your gut this week? Maybe you've already got a trick that works for you, share it with us. We're all in this together, learning as we go. If you enjoyed this, give the video a thumbs up, it really helps, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more tips like these. Here's to feeling great, staying strong, and living our best lives, no matter how many candles are on the cake. See you next time.